That's right, folks. I'm back as Batman. It's been a long time since I wore this shirt and this jacket. And the reason why I'm dressing up in this Batman-like outfit, of course, why the jacket? Because, I love the leather jacket. Leather jackets are cool. Anyway, the reason why I'm dressing up as Batman is because I'm going to do a tribute, folks. And this is a tribute that I hardly do much or talk much about. But who am I doing the tribute to? Well, Adam freaking West. Since I heard the news that he passed away, I never thought about giving his version of Batman a chance. Well, heck. Tell you the truth, I wasn't much into the old 1966 Batman series. I was more into dark, gritty, brooding Batman. Reason why I like the dark and broody types was because, well, it's because it was more realistic, more reality-based. And what exactly does Batman got to do with Adam West, for those of you who don't know? Well, he played Batman. And to give it a tribute, folks, I think I can do my impression of Adam West as a tribute. Hello, my dear watchers. It is I, your best friend, Adam West. Everybody remember me in the Batman movies. I didn't have Michelle Pfeiffer. I had Julie Newmar, Lee Merriweather, and Eartha Kitt. And I didn't need mold plastic to show my physique. Pure West. And how come Batman never danced anymore? Remember the Batootsie? And that is true. I played Batman back in 1966. You see, a long time ago, when Superman was popular, I auditioned the role as Batman. But there was another actor who decided to play Batman, and it was... Now, what was his name? Lyle Wagner. Lyle Wagner auditioned for the role, but sadly, he wasn't as funny as I am. And of course, my good friend Burt Ward. Holy flash of the past, Batman! Thank you for noticing me. No doubt, my old chum. Anyway, I played Batman for 1966 all the way to 1967. Oh, 68, to be precise. And they were the best years of my life. That was true. Everybody remembered Adam West as Batman. Everybody remembered Burt Ward as Robin, Julie Newmar, and, of course, Frank Gorshin as the Riddler. But, of course, what is more memorable... Yeah, I have this can here, and guess what I collect in this can? Hot Wheels Batmobiles. And this is the iconic Batmobile from the show. Of course, this is a Hot Wheels toy of it. Hey, since I don't have the money to collect the Batmobiles, at least I can afford the Hot Wheels. But of course, what Batmobile I would love to have? One of these. The Tim Burton version. I grew up liking this Batmobile, and this is the kind of Batmobile I would love to be behind the wheel. If I had the money and a license. Of course, I have other Batmobiles in this can, but I don't want to bore you with my collection of Batmobiles I have here. Let's just say I got them all except the Batmobile from Batman vs. Superman movie. I still don't have that Batmobile. And surprisingly, a friend of my dad's decided to mail me something for my birthday. Since she knew that I was a huge Batman fan, so she decided to mail me this as a birthday gift. Postage stamps of Batman. And I will cherish them. I never have postage stamps of other things, well, except I have the Universal Monster postage stamps, but I lost them. But I'm still keeping these. Memento. And Adam West, the legendary Adam West, that is, he remembered how to be funny and how to be like Batman. Cause I, Adam West, have watched the serials. The serials from 1943 and the other serials from 1949. Those were the shows they made before they made the one I starred in, no chums. But you know me, I just wasn't into the whole campy, colorful, silly Batman. I'm more into that. More into the dark, gritty type. Like Christopher Nolan or Tim Burton. Of course, I'm more of a fan of Tim Burton. Except I hate those remakes he created. Anyway, one thing about this show, the ratings weren't exactly that good in the first season, but in the second season it got a little better, since they had more guest stars playing the villains. And of course the legendary Vincent Price as Egghead, with a lot of egg-tastic puns. Yeah, I'm trying to do Vincent Price, but eh. And do not forget the lovely and attractive Julie Newmar playing the Catwoman in the first season and the second season. Frank Gorshin, the famous impersonator and comedian who always does impression, doing the legendary Riddler. Riddle me this, Batman. And of course, Burgess Meredith as Penguin. Do you know that Mickey Rooney turned down the role as the Penguin? And that's why Burgess Meredith decided to get the part. And believe it or not, he hadn't smoked for years. And when they gave him a Penguin role, he has to have a long cigarette holder with a real cigarette on it. Even though he did quit smoking, but they got him back in the cigarette. I tell you, being the Penguin is not that interesting. And do not forget George Romero. No, not George Romero. Cesar Romero. I get that confused with Romero names. Anyway, Cesar Romero, he was the Latino lover. And when they wanted him to play the Joker, they wanted him to shave his mustache. But he refuses. So, they put makeup over his mustache, thinking nobody'd never know. Oh, the Joker day keeps the bloom away. And then after the second season, they decided to do a special Batman movie, and surprisingly, I had the DVD of it. Holy movie, Batman! Along with special features. Of course, sadly, Julie Newmar cannot play Catwoman in this movie, so that's why they had Lee Merriweather playing Catwoman, but only in this movie, and nothing else. And after the show ended, they made an animated series called the Batman Superman Hour, but it didn't last long. And then all of a sudden, they decided to meet. They made a movie, which I am gonna review for you folks. That I did enjoy. I liked the movie a lot. The Misadventure of Adam West and Burt Ward return to the Batcave. Holy reunion, Batman! We're back! I know, my chum. And now we're in a never-ending journey of trying to get the Batmobile back because somebody stole it. And also, we need to remember what happened back then in the studio pass. There's a lot more into this movie, tell you the truth. This was really, really good. There's the sad parts about Burt Ward's first divorce, even though Adam West already was divorced because, well, Adam West, if you remembered back then, he was quite the ladies' man and already gone through one divorce. And after the show ended, he was happily married, and so did Burt Ward, and had a lot of kids. And of course, Frank Gorshin starred in this movie before he passed away, but Julie Newmar is still alive and kicking. It's so perfect. Too bad Eartha Kitt passed away. Everybody always seems to remember Eartha Kitt and her cat-like impression. Always kept going. It's so perfect. That's Eartha Kitt for you. And she was the Catwoman, who is black. And it was the first time they decided to have a villainous character be played by a black woman. And of course, they did had a Batgirl in the third season named Yvonne. I forgot her name. I forgot her last name. I know her first name is Yvonne. Even though she played Batgirl, it was the reason why, because people were making rumors saying that Batman and Robin are two homosexuals living together, all because of that Victor Wortham, that therapist who wrote the book called Seduction of the Innocent, saying that comic books were the cause of juvenile delinquency. Heck, he even said that Superman was a fascist, Wonder Woman is a masochistic lesbian, and saying that Batman and Robin were two homosexuals living together, which I say that's a load of bull. What did he know, huh? I grew up with comic books myself. I was never a juvenile delinquent. It made me become an internet reviewer. Because I love comic books, and superheroes are my thing. And that's why Batman's been my #1 favorite ever since. And of course, there were some of the fans who will never forget about Adam West Batman. That's why he appeared in that PlayStation 3 video game called Lego Batman 3. Where Adam West did 3 voices. He played himself, he played the classic Batman, and he also played the Gray Ghost from the animated series. Batman animated series back in 1992. He played an actor who was washed out and typecast, and he played this made-up character called the Gray Ghost, and now he's being haunted by some bad guy who's copying one of his villains called the Mad Bomber. Some days you just can't get rid of the bomb. And it was like a huge tribute. And did you know that Adam West wanted to play Thomas Wayne, Batman's father, in the Tim Burton movie, and also having Julie Newmar as Martha, but Tim Burton said no. And then recently, everybody just don't want to forget about the series of the Batman TV series back in 1966. So therefore, they decided to do brand new comic book adventures from DC of Batman 66. Holy comic book issues, Batman! We're in the comics now! That's right, old chum. We are now in the pages of the comic books. So eat your heart out, Golden Age Batman. Speaking of Golden Age Batman, there was another comic book, it kind of made me think about the Adam West Batman. And it was Batman Brave and the Bold. I didn't like the look of Batman because his look just reminds me of Adam West. But one thing I do like about the show, they introduced all the other superheroes, so I was okay with that. I was more interested in all the other superheroes Batman crosses over. But here is a really great tribute that Adam West did. They finally had him doing the voice of Thomas Wayne. In Batman Brave and the Bold, I played Thomas Wayne. And strangely, I dressed up as Batman. Kinda. And then all of a sudden I heard one thing. Nobody doesn't want to forget about the old Batman, so all of a sudden the DC Animation Entertainment decided to do an animated movie, bringing back old Burt Ward. Sadly, Frank Gorshin passed away, but Julie Newmar's there. And they did have other people doing the voices of the other villains. But Adam West and Burt Ward, they were in it. As in this animated movie, Batman Return of the Caped Crusader. Holy animation, Batman! Now we're animated! Aw, relax, old chum, I've been animated before. And do not forget one thing, multi-voice reviewer. What's that? I was a mayor in Quahog. Oh, yeah. That's one thing I did enjoy on Family Guy, having Adam West playing as himself, but he's a mayor of a made-up town called Quahog. I tell you, I love Quahog more than I love taffy. And I'm a man who loves his taffy. And now there's a rumor going on that somebody did a comic book. They did a comic book based from one of the scripts that they were planning on making as the next episode if they decided, if the series did continued on instead of being canceled after the 3rd season. They were planning to have Batman battle against Two-Face. And instead they did a comic book. They did a comic book where Adam West Batman battle against Two-Face. And now I hear there's an animated movie of the Caped Crusader before Adam West passed away. I mean, I hear it's completed, but I don't know when it's going to come out. And this time they're going to have, Burt Ward and Julie Newmar. But guess who they were planning on having as Two-Face? William freaking Shatner. The guy who played Captain Kirk doing the voice of Two-Face. You know, that is one fantasy everybody was planning for years. Everybody would love, I mean, back in the 60s, there were two iconic, hilarious, but iconic actors in history. William Shatner from Star Trek and Adam West from Batman. And it would have been really cool if they did like sort of a crossover of Batman and Adam West go one-on-one to see who's the better actor. Even though I would imagine that the Two-Face character would have been a little similar to Tommy Lee Jones from Batman Forever. You know, Joel Schumacher, after he directed this movie, he was trying to bring back the corny campiness of Batman. And I starting to have the feeling that Joe Schumacher is a little woo, because he had bat nipples on the costume. And my thoughts about Jim Carrey as the Riddler, he was more like Frank Gorshin. But if any of you like Jim Carrey as the Riddler, Really? Alrighty then. And don't get me started in another one they made, Batman and Robin, when George Clooney was more like Adam West. And Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze with his ice puns. Today's forecast, the freeze is coming. Oh, I found this. Somebody did do an animated picture of William Shatner as Two-Face, and I have to say, he looks pretty good right here. But in case that animated movie haven't come out, if it's either canceled or it's going to come out soon, and for those of you fans who would love to see Adam West versus William Shatner in a Batman way, I think it's going to go like this. So get ready to do my impressions of the characters from Batman and Robin. Holy double-sided Batman! Looks like you have a new villain! I know, and I know this villain long ago. His name was Harvey Dent, the great district attorney and an old chum of mine. And sadly, that evil mobster, Salvatore Maroni, poured acid in his face, and therefore that acid burned half of his face. Harvey, please, I'm here to help you. How dare you, Batman? I am Two-Face, notorious criminal in here. I am two minds about everything. And I bear a grudge to you, Batman. But I'll say we'll flip for it. Heads, I will kill you. Tails, I'll kill you and your psychic. Heads, I'll blow your brains out. And spare your boy Wonder. Holy bulletproof Batman. Your costume. I know. Alfred helped me starch my shirt, so therefore it's more bulletproof. And I thought you borrowed it from George Reeves's closet. With his Superman costume. Don't mention George Reeve. I'm sorry, old chum. You should go back to psychiatric help. Forget it, Batman. You will never catch me, Harvey Two-Face Dent. Now, which one of these things I'm gonna carry? Heads, I'll take the gold. Tails, I'll take the diamond. Let's see. Tails, I'll take the diamond. Henchmen, please take the diamonds with us right now. Other henchmen. Let's get out of here right now before Batman will kill us. You'll never get away with it, Two-Face. Oh, try me, Batman. I will catch you if the last thing I'll do and try to turn you back as Harvey Dent and no longer Two-Face. Oh, why don't you quit dreaming and wake up? Now, let's go! And that is my tribute of Adam West. You know, even though I never thought much about the 1966 Batman, but I'm doing this video just to show my tribute. Because I have to admit, if the Batman TV series and the movie wasn't been made, Batman wouldn't be as popular as he is today, folks. So I give him thanks for that. Now, how I'm going to end this. For those of you who love this tribute of Adam West, please leave a comment down below, hit like, subscribe. Wait a minute. I think I'm getting to my inner Batman. It's been so long since I show up. Hey, I can do this because I'm Batman. And one thing I would say about Adam West, Vayan Dios, rest in peace. And remember, there are heroes and there are legends. Heroes can be remembered, but legends never die. And that is you, Adam West. You will always be a legend to all of us. Now, I hear Joker's on the loose, and I have to go.